You can be sexy and feel good in your skin, no matter what size you are. I know my curves are sexy and I want everyone else to know that theirs are too. Sexy is a state of mind, and it can come in all shapes and sizes. It is different for every person. Nothing feels as good as loving yourself in your own skin, and loving every one of those curves. I also need to honor myself for working so hard, and that means treating the money I earn with respect. Too fat, too thin, too loud, too quiet. I was never going to fit the standards others created for me. Instead of complying, I protested. I refused to let others dictate how I live my life, and what my body should look like for their own comfort. And neither should you. I work out. I do my best to eat well. I love the skin I'm in, and I'm not ashamed of a few lumps, bumps or cellulite. And you shouldn't be either. Yet, at the same time, the internet is a place where women can find solidarity, no matter who or where they are. I am more than my measurements. The cycle of body shaming needs to end. I'm over it. My body is my body. I'll call the shots. You are good enough to make whatever you want to achieve possible. You just need to find your talent and passion, then put a heck of a lot of work into it. The runway isn't just about showing fashion, it's about gaining confidence. And I really believe that once you've got your confidence, you can wear anything, you can do anything. By modeling the past 18 years, I've learned a thing or two about trends. You're in one season, you're out the next. I am grateful that now, season after season, the industry is becoming even more inclusive. My curves are not a trend, your skin color is not a trend, your culture and abilities are not a trend. The thing that I really want to promote, and that I want women to understand, is that it's not about wanting something else. It's about being self-assured about your size, and also just loving your body. I don't promote obesity. I don't promote bulimia or anorexia. I promote health at every single size. Curvy girls can pull off any look. It's what we do. This confidence is not something that happens overnight. I have been working on it for a long time. I look in the mirror and do affirmations. You are bold. You are brilliant. You are beautiful. If my lower quitch is really popping out that day, I look at it and say, "Poosh, you are cute." A lot of taking care of my body, and my mind, and my soul, had to do with talking to myself, and actually giving myself affirmations. It got me out of my funk. I still had cellulite, I still had back fat, I still had jiggly arms, and I decided to love every part of it. I have never let my body come in the way of training, and training hard. Boobs. But, to me nothing stops me from moving my body and taking control of my health. The question I get asked the most is always, how did you gain confidence? And I always have the same answer. It's a journey and everyone's is different. Confidence comes from knowing who you are and not allowing others to dictate otherwise. I used to be bound by people who placed limits on what they thought I could do. Through that, I learned that if you want something, you have to be the one to go out and do it. If you don't ask for something, you're not going to get it. I think women think I'm inspirational because I'm unapologetic. I have cellulite. I have back fat. I've got a thick stomach. But I work my body like I don't because I don't know any other body. I don't know how to feel thin. I just know how to feel like Ashley. Don't fall into the trap of sacrificing your self-esteem for affection and acceptance. No matter what your size, you are a sexy goddess. Remember that. The bond between food and me is like other relationships in my life, complicated, evolving, demanding, and in need of constant work. But together we'd come so far. Moving from my childhood obligation to clean my plate, to a mindless need to fill up, to a truly nourishing and pleasurable exchange. That's the real reward. Mom often said to me, "I know if you look good, you get special treatment." And then she went a step further. I don't care what the world says or does. You have to remember that every person is valuable. As hard as it is, owning who you are and knowing what you want is the only sure path to affirmation. I want women to know they can get out of any situation if they return to their core source of strength themselves. The irony is that food gives me a sense of control, even though it makes me totally out of control. Food is something I can choose, order, have delivered. I sit down, eat, and feel really good in the moment. At its essence, food is nourishing. There is truth in that. The trick is understanding and respecting the line where it crosses over into something unhealthy. Women have to support each other more. Women get women. We understand each other when we are happy or sad, when we have our period, start a new job, or fall in love. We are typically the caretakers. Let's take care of each other, start building each other up. The stereotype with women is that we are catty and vindictive. It's important to fight against that notion. I have a no BS policy in my circle. No matter how beautiful or not one is perceived to be, the true beauty we all possess is found on the inside. That should be our focus and the measure by which we are judged. How do we move through life? What other lives have we touched? Who have we confronted with love? How have we changed the world for the better? Those are all qualities that can't be countered or wailed. Really, beauty beyond size. You know how powerful it can be when you discover that you can do something you never thought you could. It changes everything and gets you thinking about what else you can do that you weren't aware of. The internet is a funny place, because it's a forum for so many awful ideas. Body shaming, bullying, and the like. The negative side of social media is that everybody thinks they're experts with the right to weigh in on. As women gain weight, they start judging themselves. But who cares? Embrace what you have. Say, belly, you might be poking out today, but I'm going to choose to love you and nurture you. There are some days I feel fat. I'm not convinced there's going to be a moment where every woman in the world wakes up and feels like $1 million. So, what I want to do is give women the tools that will help when those moments come up. Sometimes it can be as easy as telling yourself that you are beautiful. There's something to be said about just being vulnerable. Every woman has gone through something in her life that has been an image issue, or it has been something where somebody told her she's not good enough, and every woman can relate to that. I don't like to use the words real women, honestly. I like to use the word woman. And I say that because there are so many women out there who are naturally thin or are naturally curvy. And I think when we start putting a label on the type of woman, it gets misconstrued and starts to offend people. Back in Nebraska, I was known as the fat model, the girl who was pretty for a big girl. My body, like my confidence, has been picked apart, manipulated, and controlled by others who didn't necessarily understand it.